Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer is Cottonwood Frostbite, and it's a Black India Pale Ale. And this used to be done by Carolina Brewery, and now Foothills is doing it. I think they acquisitioned that company somehow. I don't know what the story is behind it, but they're brewing their beers now, and this is one of theirs. So, and they're out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I have met the brewer, Mark Thompson. He's a really nice guy. Makes some really good beers. Some of them are, I consider like transitional beers, but some of them are really tasty. He's getting in, makes some bigger beers now, and enough to satisfy the daily craft beer drinker's palate. So, it says here on the back, embrace the long winter nights in the company of Frostbite Black IPA, a careful blend of barley and roasted wheat malts deliver a clean finish backed up by a big blast of Pacific Northwest aroma hops. And this is a 6.5% alcohol by volume, and it's got 74 IBUs, guys. So, should be fairly tasty. I've not had this beer before, so it'll be the first time for me. I bit the bullet and went on ahead and bought a six-pack of this, where I normally do not. If I've not had the beer before, I usually won't jump off the wagon and buy a whole six-pack of them without at least trying one first. But I did on this, and I hope I'm not disappointed. But I don't think I will. And I told you Mark Thompson was the head brewer there, and that's a lie. That is a lie, guys. Mark Thompson is brewer for Star Hill. The brewer down there is Bartholomew. That's his name. We went down there for a beer school. His wife Sarah taught the beer school. So her husband is the head brewer there, and his last name is Bartholomew. His first name skips me right now. I'm having a brain fart or something. I can't think of his first name. But anyway, really nice guys down there in Winston-Salem. They do the Sexual Chocolate and several others down there. And Sexual Chocolate has a big following. Y'all have to pardon me. I'm having a lot of problem with my left eye. It's watering and doing all kind of crazy stuff. So, almost 57 years old, and I think I'm going to have to go get some glasses finally after all this time. I'm having a lot of problem with it watering, feel like it's an eyelash and stuff in it all the time. So, having problems reading too. So, it's probably about that time for the old man to go get some glasses. What do you think? Alright, let's see if we can carry on with this, and enough of my personal problems. The food pairings for this, it says none yet. Black IPAs are very similar to an IPA, except it's got some roasted malt, and they use some wheat malt in this one too, some roasted wheat malt. So it's going to go with your cheeses are going to be your more punchy cheeses, Gorgonzola, Limburger, sharp, blue, cheddar. And the meat for this is going to be game, grilled meat, salmon. Your stronger dishes are going to go with this. The glassware for this, the pint, the becker, the tumbler, the stein, the mug, the sidel, the oversized wine glass. I've got the pint glass here. I could just as easily grab the duo glass for this, but pint glass should suffice for this beer. And it's not recommended for extended cellaring because it is an IPA. And it's got some numbers here, but I cannot read them. And it's written in yellow, but they've come off. So I may go look on another bottle that I have in there and see if I can decipher the date code on it. But I'm looking forward to doing this beer. Like I said, so much so that I bought 6 of them without even trying it before, and that's usually not like me. So Alright, let's go back over and see if there's anything else, any kind of commercial description we need to talk about. It says, and the commercial description is the same as what I read off the back of the bottle, guys. So I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So without flapping my gums any further and giving you a bunch of misinformation, like I started off doing, telling you Jamie Bartholomew is the head brewer's name. I knew it'd come to me. Getting old, forgetting things. I bought a beer today that I already bought and done a review on. I thought I'd forgotten I'd done it. Getting senile in my old age. Of course, after 1,200 beers, like I said, some of them escape me that I've done them. Alright, it's in the glass. Wow, with that pour, a good 2 fingers of head. Glad I didn't pour it any more aggressive. It had been running over. Wouldn't got it all in there. Let's take it over to the light. Oh yeah, it is not pitch black. I get a lot of ruby redness through the bottom of the glass, not just the outside. So it is a deep red, ruby red color, guys. Looks very good in the glass, but it is not pitch black like a stout. A little lighter than maybe even a porter. Well, it looks pretty good. Looks like the head is sticking around quite a bit. Let's get a nose on it, see what we can bring out of this one. Wow. If I was blindfolded, which I almost am, I'm almost blind now, I feel like that the hop aroma on this is awesome. Heavy pine, grapefruit, oranges. Wow, that has a wonderful, that's got to be a very fresh beer. They did not have that beer. We've got this at Kroger's, and they did not have this beer last time we were there, like 2 weeks ago. That wasn't there, so. Wow, awesome smell. The hops are overtaking everything. I'm not getting a whole lot of the roastiness or anything in there. I'm just getting hops, and more hops. And for a hop head, that's a good thing. We'll see if we can get something in the taste other than hops. Oh, it's got a wonderful citrusy, piney smell. That's the best smelling beer for an IPA that I've smelled in quite a while. It almost reminds me of a Heady Topper or a Pliny. It's so strong, so pungent. Very fresh beer, I'm sure of it, guys. So, cheers. Very tasty. I get a little bit of the caramel and the roasty wheat malt in the taste. It's there. That is delicious. That is awesome, guys. I don't know what the distribution is at Foothills. This is definitely a winner, Jamie. This is a good beer. Of course, they do sexual chocolate too, and there's like a cult following like that. It's like Three Floyds. I mean, certain beers that they produce, like sexual chocolate, and Three Floyds has got probably a handful of beers that they do that you got to stand in line the day that they release them, and they disappear. There are none. There's none goes out, none is distributed. If you're not there that day that the beer is released, you don't get any. And most of the time you either have a 1 or a 2 bottle limit that you can get. So, wow. Very fresh beer. The hops on this is unbelievable. Grapefruit, oranges, pine. Wow. Awesome beer. I'm glad I bought 6 of these. We might see some more of these in the fridge. That's very, very tasty. Very nice for a winter evening. Not quite winter yet, but There's a lot of places in the country that's getting a lot of winter weather, and we're supposed to get it over the weekend. Freezing rain and all that crap. Don't like that kind of weather, guys. I like the, and I don't like it, you know, when it's 90 degrees either. So that's why I don't live in Florida. I mean, it's too hot down there for me. I like it. I guess I have to move to Hawaii, somewhere where it's about 75 to 80 degrees all the time. So that's about where I like it, around between 70 and 80 degrees. And once it gets down below 70, it starts getting too chilly, and once it gets above 85, it starts getting too hot. I guess that's a sign you're getting old, ain't it? Alright guys, we're going to let it warm up. It's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let the other half taste it. I'm sure she's going to like it. It's a big, hoppy beer. We'll come back and do the final chug on this one. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. I checked another bottle and the coat is smeared on it either. So they got a problem with the coating machine. It's not a legible code that you can read. And I'm going to cut this one pretty quick because my left eye is bugging the crap out of me tonight. So been watering and doing all kind of crazy crap. So this is a decent beer. I really like it, but it is a bitter beer. I mean, if you're not into the IPAs, you will probably think this is overly bitter, and I would have to agree. For 74 IBUs, it is kind of on the bitter side, but I'm a hophead. I like those bitter IPAs. I think it could be just a little sweeter to match that bitterness that they've done with this beer. So let's do the final chug. Very nice roasty malt, but the hops are overwhelming. I mean, if you like a in-your-face hoppy beer, this is pretty tasty. It almost overpowers everything else. It's so hoppy. So I don't think it's quite as balanced as it could be or should be. So I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Like I said, the date code is basically unlegible, but I know it's fresh. Because they didn't have it in the store, and I don't think it sits around very long in the warehouses or anything around here. So I think it's a fresh wintertime black IPA, and I like most of the stuff that Foothills does, but this is a little on the bitter side. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to give this a 7, which is a B+. I don't think it's quite to the A category, but it is a very hoppy beer. I will tell you that, and it has a lot of bitterness to go with that hoppiness. So let's go see what everybody else thinks about it. We'll go over to Beer Advocate, and Beer Advocate says 87, which is in their very good range, and I agree with that number. It is a very good beer, especially if you're a hophead and used to drinking these high IBU IPAs. It's tasty. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I bought a 6-pack of it. But it is bitter. Just remember that. I keep saying that, but I want you to remember that it's a bitter beer, and if you're not used to that, it may seem a little overly bitter. So, and we'll go over to Rate Beer, and Rate Beer says 81 overall, which is a little low as far as I'm concerned, but the style ratings are 36. Very low. I do not agree with that. I don't think it should be quite that low. But there are people that's probably tried this. Probably thinks it's a little too bitter, and I would probably agree with that. It's a little heavy on the bitterness for the sweetness that goes with that, so I don't think it's as balanced as it could be. So with that being said, guys, if you've had this one, which is the Cottonwood Frostbite from Foothills, give me some comments back on this and whether you liked it, didn't like it. I think it was decent. I don't know if I'll actually purchase it again, but I've got 4 more. I actually drank 2 of these, and I drank the first one when I came in, and went in there, and my eye really got to bothering me, so I finished that one and popped the top on another one and had that one while I was waiting for my for my eye to quit watering so I could come back in here and finish the review. So I've actually had 2 of these tonight, so very tasty. I enjoyed it. So guys, let me know. Give me some comments back on this one, as always. Rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. I hope my eye gets better where I can do a review. If you see that I haven't posted a review tomorrow, it's because my eye is not quit watering, and it's hard for me. The light's affecting it, so I'm probably going to need to see the eye doctor and get some damn glasses for my old funky ass. What do you think? Alright guys, you know the deal, and the drill. We're going to go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. Hope you can join me then.